Do you still love me? Do you still have feelings for me? Is the typical question people ask after a breakup, after a few days or weeks. We're gonna look today at 5 questions amongst this one that you should never ask your ex, and I'm gonna detail why you should never ask those questions. I also detail towards the end what you should do rather than asking those questions. Before I move on, you can subscribe to the channel. You get notified every time I post a video, and it's totally anonymous. Comment if you have any questions, or if you ask those questions and feel like, oh shit, I need help, just comment. Just leave your question in the comment section. And if you want to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex, I created a quiz. The link is in the first comment of the video. It's totally free. It takes 2 minutes and you get a result right away. So before I start, just want you to picture yourself. Could be my son in the aisle of the supermarket, being asked 20 to 30 times, can I have a candy please? Can I have a candy please? Can I have this cake please? Can I have this cake please? The result of that sort of behavior is very annoying. And when you tend to ask questions to your ex and want that answer, you can become a little bit annoying. And you don't want to project that image of being annoying and could be immature in a way. Also, the ex would be sometimes forced to lie to you. We're going to look at that in detail later on. Really remember that I understand you want answers. I understand that you want to ease that pain, and maybe by having those answers, you'll be able to move on or change things out. However, you don't want to be that kid. So we're going to look at this really in detail in those next slides. So the first question, do you love me? I mentioned that in the intro. It's a classic one. Or it could be, do you still think we'll get back together? Do you and have a future? The obvious question is no, but it doesn't mean that it's no forever. Okay, bear with me. Otherwise, they wouldn't have left you, of course, and they would be in the phase where fighting for you, and they wouldn't leave a chance for you and your partner to get back with you. So to get back together. So the thing is, when we ask this question, your ex didn't break up with you because he or she didn't love you. It's just because it was not working. It's totally different. Love doesn't disappear in a way, but the relationship sometimes, because of routine, because you had too many arguments, because there was something that you didn't do, because maybe the things that you said damaged the relationship, damaged the fact that you could live together, but not the feelings. So if they want to come back, they will say it clearly. So you don't have to ask that question. And I understand, again, you sometimes need to add that question because you want to be reassured, but it's not going to help you out. Second one, classic as well. Do you miss me? I love this gif. Do you miss me? When you say that, I can hear the pain. Look at this. Look at this cute puppy. Not a puppy, it's a meerkat. I can hear the pain in your voice when you ask. It's really, you know the answer. You know the answer, and the thing is, the real question is, have you changed your mind? Or, I'm just curious, all these kind of signs are lowering yourself because you're putting yourself in that needy person who's just very insecure and wants to be reassured by that. So, action, 3 cases. The first one is they know that if they say yes, you will insist at getting back together. They decided to break up, so do they really want to say yes? Maybe, but they never say it. The other case is they say no and you feel bad. And so the third case is I missed you, but it's over. And this is really classic because when it comes to a breakup, your ex will always use the tactic of telling them, I don't love you anymore, because you can't argue against that. When someone tells you, I don't love you, I don't like you, how can you argue against that? It's impossible. And they will always use that card. The more you push them with questions, the nastier they get. This is why it's very dangerous to ask so many questions to your ex. So why you shouldn't do it, as I mentioned, yes, they miss you, but they are not psychopaths, okay? Love doesn't disappear in a way. They will miss you. Don't worry. It's not the right time. So the thing is, after a breakup, there's a release phase. I call the release phase. It's between 2 and 12 days, depending on your relationship, but between 2 or 12 days for them, they are free. They can enjoy life. They can do whatever they want. They can watch anything they want on Netflix. It's like the honeymoon phase of being alone, right? This phase, if you ask that question, of course they won't miss you. It's by creating that with radio silence, that void after those 12 days, that they have that consolidation phase where they start to feel like, okay, I can watch Netflix, but it's actually boring to watch it on my own. Or yeah, I can cook whatever I want, but it's not really fun to eat alone. All these kind of things, it needs a bit of time. So it's not a natural way to get back together to ask, do you miss me? I'm going to cover with you in this video how to do it properly. And the thing is always, especially with this one, but the third and the fourth as well, you will be disappointed all the time because it's not the outcome you want. You're the kid in the supermarket asking for a candy. Your mother will never say yes. So you'll be disappointed, you'll be crying, kidding, in the supermarket. Third one, have you changed your mind? Main question is actually, are we getting back together? Of course. Because it's always underlying and they're not stupid. They will feel, they will understand what you're asking for. It's normal to be curious. Again, I'm not judging. Basically, your behaviors are a result of your emotions, of how you feel. However, right now, it's not about, your actions shouldn't be driven by your heart and how you feel and your gut. It's about your head. So listen to what I'm going to say. Listen to my slides. Listen to the bullet points. Bullet points wins, not the heart, not the feelings. If you forgot everything in one day, you'll be a psychopath. Of course, they didn't change their mind. You know, manipulators or have mental problems. The thing is, why you shouldn't do it, it puts more pressure on him or her. By saying, have you changed your mind? Then they're like, oh my God, now I've got to, I have to argue, I have to come up with something. It doesn't show that the situation has changed because you're still in that phase of being the needy one. And it won't change his or her internal state because they need that time alone to reflect whether they change their mind or not. So they need to have that reflection on their own, not being challenged by someone or someone else than you on this question. It's so important. The fourth one is, why did you leave me? It's actually, I'm making fun, but this one is actually a good question. And it's normal to ask that question. It's actually very healthy when you want to move forward personally, or you know that you did something wrong and want to improve. In life, when you fail at an exam, you want to know why you failed to get better and have better results. It's totally normal. But often, what happens is that we would lie to get back together. We will have the wrong behavior. We'll argue that we didn't do anything or said anything wrong, or that we have the right to a second chance. But in reality, it doesn't work like this if you want to get back with your ex. The thing is also, this would drive the behavior of your ex to lie. They will tell you, I don't love you anymore. We'll never get back together. And it's going to be nastier and nastier. I have to work on myself. This one is a classic lie as well. They will find anything that you really can't argue against. Again, if they tell you, I don't love you, how could you argue against that? And it's going to make you even worse than before. The fifth one, and after that, I'm going to detail your plan, what you're going to do. Are you seeing anyone else right now? When you ask that question, you show insecurity. You're also intruding in their space. It's none of your business. You're not together anymore. You have this ego issue because and it's normal. Again, I'm not judging. It's normal. It's natural emotions that are driving you to ask those questions. But again, it makes the other person lie. If they were dating someone, would they tell you, yeah, I'm hooking up with David. He's way more handsome than you. It's nicer. And actually slept with him 2 weeks before I broke up with you. Would they really say that? They won't say that. They will lie. And you don't want to be pushing your ex to lie to you. Because at the end of the day, They lie because they don't want to hurt you. So asking that question will send a negative signal, which is not attractive at all. And we're going to come to that later on. And they know that they can get back to you easily. You're on the hook right now if you're asking that question. So you want to be mysterious. And I'm going to say that 3 times in the next 3 slides. So to conclude, it feels good to ask the question. It feels like you have this burden and you have to let it go. Even if it's in a detached way, but it doesn't do any good. The return of your ex has to be natural. You shouldn't be the one pushing and pushing and pushing. It works only if your ex makes that move. Even a little one, but makes that move. Be really aware of the friends talking about yourself to your ex. Especially if you're sad and crying, they'll say like, he cries all the time, ask about you. Even if they do it, they want to be nice with you, it actually shows the wrong image. It's actually showing a non-attractive person. When you ask a question, my tip is to ask question to the universe, to a therapist, to your dog, to whoever is not in touch with your ex. And then you create your strategy without talking about it. You stay mysterious. You don't show your cards. You're playing poker. You don't show your cards to your opponents. Even though it's not your opponent, it's your ex, you got me. But it's so important. Really, really, really. Friends are great, but sometimes because they don't know what's good for your couple, they want to help, but sometimes they damage your relationship. They damage any chance you have to get back with your ex because they are showing or sharing things that actually your ex shouldn't know or see. Asking those questions give them power, and I mentioned that in lots of my videos. It's all about a power struggle between your ex and yourself. By breaking up with you, they claim a little bit of power. Maybe they didn't have any power in your relationship. Maybe they felt they were in the passenger seats most of their the relationship they had with you, and by breaking up with you, they got back behind the wheel, and now they love it being in control. Asking that question, help them to stay in that passenger seat. So keep your confidence. Keep and stay strong. Be cordial. Be nice. Don't be rude. Don't ignore them or be rude. And consider the situation very, very carefully. Also, do the radio silence. do it. And be mysterious. Because the thing is, why I'm saying being mysterious? Mystery creates attraction. The radio silence will create attraction. What I mentioned is that the way it works is that your ex has to come back to you. It's not the other way around. It doesn't work like this. And last, before the last slide, so the second before the last, the breakup is the result of a loss of attraction over a long period of time. It's as simple as that. It's not about feelings. It is not about feelings. I know you want to be reassured. It's not with a snap of the fingers that they would come back to you right away. So the doubts, yes, I want to leave, no, I don't. People are not like that. They don't break up just because they're not really sure. There's something. So the period to come back will be long. I'm not gonna bullshit you. It might take some time. And this time you have to do the right things. If you don't know, just ask me, but you have to do the right things, and it may take time because you want to rebalance that power struggle that we discussed earlier, and that create that attraction, be that magnet towards your ex. Key takeaways before I wrap up, and please feel free to comment if you have any other questions or like the video if you found that it was helpful in any way. I'm sure it was helpful in any way. Lots of content on this one. So don't focus on what will help you feel better or ease your pain. And that's normal. You have that burden and you want to release it by asking questions. Don't trust your gut on this one. Please don't do. You want to show another image, because by asking those questions, as we mentioned, you're lowering yourself versus your ex. And also, you don't want to push your ex to lie to you. How can you get back with someone if they are not authentic? And then they will feel weird and awkward, and then it's going to be really hard for them to be attracted again with them because they started, oh, okay, I lied to him and now it's going to be feel weird. So these were my advice when it comes to asking questions to your ex. Be super mindful. If you did ask those questions in the past, don't worry, but don't ask them 20 times. Please don't be the kid in the supermarket. Don't be that kid. I hate that kid. Take care. Bye.